Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Jay Bird. And this is remembering 1976 and 77 when I first learned how to play chess. Was told how to show and how to move the pieces around, but I still couldn't win until I ended up creating my own opening and played the game and won with it, and which I call the Jay Bird today. And it was short lived back then. And like I say, it was about 200 games with my theory. The rest of it before them games were just games I was still learning how to play and the learning processes and everything else. This game here is not quite this theory. I just played the game to try to beat the because, like I say, my theory is much harder to do. But if you can beat a 2,000 or 2,100 with my theory, you can beat a 2,500. This is the way it works because it's the same thing. No matter what it just does the same thing. Okay, this is I have no name for this because I did totally something different. Maybe I tried to go my theory, but I didn't get a chance to. Too aggressive. All right, this is to bot 2,100. No errors, no assistance, no help whatsoever to beat this bot. Game 25, and let's get down to it. I'm in white. D4, F6, F4, D5, C3, C5, E3, takes D4, takes D4, A6. You see, I just open up. We'll go over this. D3, C6. I move the bishop back E3. I had to defend the pawn. He brings up. It's like every time I move, you got to do something. Every time I move, you got to do something. You either defend or you got to take. After E5 takes, D4. I looked a little bit into this. Okay, if he goes this way, I'm going to beat him to his rook first, and then we'll pick it up later. If he goes this way, throw the queen in front. He can't move his pawn. He'll be under a check. After F6, E3, queenie up. That was E2, then D4, takes G7. G7 takes. I take with a check. E3, E3 takes. Take E3. He goes E6. Knight E up. E2. He castles. I castle the other way because the thing is, if I castle this way, the king will be here. He'll just take with this. The rook won't be here no more. So he can take with this. I guess I could take with the knight, and the knight would defend that. Yeah, I think we would have been all right that way, but I went this way. I didn't save the trouble of all that, so it was easier going. And I like going the opposite way anyway. Besides that, and okay, it's even right now. 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 4 pawns. I got 6 pawns. Really? Wow. I see. This is magic. I can't believe how this stuff works. After castle, E5, F4. I want to trade pieces down right now. After F4, H5, E6 takes, E6 takes, D1, F8, E4. You can't do two things at one time. After D1 takes, D1 takes, D8. I take C6 first. No matter what he does, if he throws a check, I can take it. If he takes, I got the knight. If he goes this way, I'll take with this check first. So now there's nothing here. After C6, C6 takes, D8, check, D8, H3, D7, F1, F6, E2, E5, D3, D6, B3, C5, G4, G4 takes, G4 takes, B4. Nope, defend everything this way. B1, F6, check C3, C5, E4, D6, A4, E5, E3, G5, F3, C1, B4, F6, C4, E5, B5, takes B5, takes B5, takes B5, takes B5, D6, knight E up, C3. I chose this way. Well, I can't go that way. Bishop's there. After c3, c5, e2. Now I come back here. I don't know what I was thinking. No, I was thinking to just hold this and get here. I couldn't go here, so I came here thinking I wanted to get this square, but he goes d4. Well, I have to move the knight. a4, takes e4. It's like I got tricked, but then look, I'm getting my pawn run away. b6, f4, b7, e5. Now the bishop can never leave this square, this diagonal. After e5, c3 check. If he takes it, it's a trick. He takes it, I get my queen. There's nothing he can do. My king's on a white space. So c3, f4, g5. I pushed it up because now I'm going to get a check if he takes it. What does he do? He takes it. Check. e4, f5, c5, f4. He can never leave this space. Remember, I go d3. He goes there. Well, if he pushes the pawn, he can't. I'll come back to this. He'll block off his thing. He had to get the bishop on that side of the game, first of all. After d6, c4, e5, b5. See, it's a race. But I think no matter what, I think I'm quicker. See, I'm already one space to get in here. All I need to do is get this set up right. After b5, d5, knight e over, a6. I thought I was going to have to get here and then put the knight here to block off the bishop to get that in, but it went different. e5, b6, check d4, c7, a7, and now check this out, check b4, e4, and now he's done. Everything's in the right place. After c6, and I believe he really didn't have no chance, enough time to get that down there because he had to protect this lane. After c6, c5, whoops, b8 after c5, e3, e8, f4, d7, e5, e6, d3, takes e5, takes e5, takes e5, c3, d8, b4, c8, b3, d4, b2, d3, b3, c4, a3, b5, e2, c2, a3, and that's game. Let's quick go back. You know, like I said, I'm not no grandmaster. I can pull out some games with my theory or not. I can do it. And you'll see them. I'll bring them. But this one, I open up like this. And then I go like this. I'm trying to just develop pieces. Instead, it wants to just attack. And I like this side, getting this bishops out. Look at this. Okay. I like this idea right here. I like all this. I had to defend the pawn. I had to come back. I normally call this high-end Jay Bird right here, but I had to get rid of that. I didn't want no more. He had knights here, and he's 2 pawns threatening. No. I don't have enough here. You got to take it. There's not enough. Then I looked at this. I can go. And if he goes this way, I'll be here. Then he has to do something about it because then I'll just get a queen before he will. And then run my diagonal piece straight down here and get him. So, but then if he goes this way, I'll have the queen here. What does he do? Oh, no, I go. But then what does he do? He goes that way. Queen goes up. I knew that much. I only see a couple moves. I don't think way deep. And then I get my pawn now. I know he's going to take it. Then it's a check. He's forced to trade. And then I castle the other way. Okay, I like it. And then look, I got 6 pawns. He's got 4. That's amazing. That's cool. I throw it up. I'm hoping if he takes it, I'll just develop this pawn for these 3 pawns here. What does he do? He don't. I take pieces. I want to get rid of his trade everything down now. And then he can only take one at a time. Nothing to be scared of. He takes that one, I'll take that one. He goes, but I go like this first because I have a knight here. It didn't matter if he takes this, I'll go down and throw a check. So that ain't going to work if he took that first. So he's going to lose if he goes this way. I'll just take it. If he then becomes this way, then I'll just take his. So there's nothing here. The game goes on like this. He has a bishop left. I have a knight. Trade those pawns down. I defend like that. He can't get in. Throw the check. I had two defenders, a knight and a king here. Can't do nothing. I want to make sure I guard this. And I knew right then and there I'm on white. Let's go. And if he would have passed, I have a knight here. I would sacrifice that and then run this other pawn. You can't be it's going to be too hard for him. It's not going to make it. I don't believe it. I defend it. I come back thinking I'm going to get this square. I couldn't walk because of here. And he goes here. I don't get it. So I moved. And then I ran this pawn up. Now he's stuck on this diagonal. He can't get off it. He goes like this. Oh, and that's a little trick. If he takes it, I walk in. That's why I did that. He didn't. I moved the pawn. If he takes it, I get a check. And I got it. Then I go in this way. Not to take the pawn, because then it's draw. He can't get off that diagonal. I go here. He goes here. Well, you say, well, what happens if he goes like that? He lost the game. Can't take it. And he blocked off the queening square. So no, can't do that. The game went like this. I go here. I get closer to my pawn. He goes here. I need to get the king down inside. I run the knight. I thought I was going to have to block it off, but it went another way. He can't leave this diagonal. I move up. He says check. I go in. He goes here. I throw another check, and you see where this is going? Now he lost the game. I don't really think he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really don't think, and he couldn't do it right away. I really don't think he would have made it. And the game went like this. And now it's all downhill. It's over with. Okay, there you have it. Thanks for stopping by, and we're going to have some more remembering 76 and the 77. Thank you.